Hey guys, BigDaddyHoffman1911 coming to you today. And I was walking by the Spyderco booth here, and here's my favorite knife. How about that? All right, we're gonna go to the table and show you a few. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
Doing fine, sir. All right, what have we got here on the table?
Well, we got a few new knives. I want to give you a little bit of a background on one of our newest ones and kind of show you in the process kind of how it evolved. And I think maybe for your audience, what they'll see is kind of a parallel with looking at maybe a full-size pistol, compact, subcompact. So when you go back to the Spyderco military model, this is a classic that's been in the line for a long time. Just a great iconic knife designed by the founder of Spyderco, Sal Glesser, and it was basically his answer to the question, if you had a son or daughter who was going away to war, somebody who was going to serve in the military, what knife would you give them? And he designed this knife for that purpose. But for everyday carry, this is kind of big. This is something that, certainly for somebody who's duty bound, it would make sense. So what we ended up doing was this kind of led to a smaller, more compact version called the paramilitary. This one actually happens to be the paramilitary 2, which is the second generation of that design. Basically the same line, same basic design. The only difference is instead of the liner lock that you find on the military model, this has what's called a compression lock mechanism. So it's still based on the liner, but it's a much stronger lock mechanism that's actually on the back of the handle. So this could be kind of a compact version of the military version. But for some folks, this is still even a lot of knife to carry. What they wanted is something even more compact. So the newest thing we have to offer is what's called the Para 3. So this is essentially taking this same paramilitary 2 model and just scaling it down even more. It still has a compression lock mechanism. One of the great advantages of the compression lock is you can close a knife one-handed without ever placing your fingers in the way of the edge. Trademark round hole, which is a Spyderco trademark, an iconic element of Spyderco knives, allows you to open the knife very quickly with one hand. It also has a 4-position clip, so the clip can be attached tip up or tip down, left or right side. So no matter whether you're left-handed, right-handed, doesn't matter how you want to carry it. So you can do the traditional thumb opening this way. You can also do what's called a spider drop opening to get that out quickly.
Gotcha.
So this is one of the new ones that we're really proud of, really excited to be able to offer here as a new product here at the SHOT Show. And again, it has a great lineage as far as the history. And again, that would, I think for the folks who understand like Glock 17 versus a 19 versus a 26, there's kind of the analogy in knife form.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's going to be a real hot seller, this one.
I think it will be. We've got really high hopes for it, and so far the reception we've had here at the SHOT Show has been really good.
Absolutely.
The next one I want to take a look at is what's called the de Lara 3. So John de Lara was a New York City police officer who tragically lost his life during the September 11th attacks. He was a Spyderco enthusiast, and one of the knives that we did way back when to honor his memory was the original World Trade Center knife. And it was a knife that was actually produced. All of the original versions actually had a skyline of the New York City skyline with the Twin Towers that was cut out of girders from the World Trade Center towers, and it was inlaid into that handle. After that original version, which all of the sales from that, all that money went to the survivors of the victims of that attack. We ended up doing more commercial versions of this particular knife. This is the 3rd generation version of the de Lara. And the most distinctive feature of this is its ball bearing lock. So this is a ceramic ball bearing, and it's driven by a piston and a compression spring. So what you'll see is when you close the knife, there's a ramp on the back of the blade. So when the knife opens, what you'll see is that ball bearing being driven forward onto that ramp. So now, between the stainless steel backspacer and the stainless steel liners, you have that ball bearing held captive between there and the ramp of the blade. So it's a very, very strong lock mechanism, completely ambidextrous. You can access it with either hand. Again, you have the trademark round hole for easy one-handed opening. Full stainless steel liners, they're skeletonized to reduce weight, textured G10 handles on the sides here, and in this case what you have is a wire clip, a deep pocket wire clip that is reversible left or right side. So again, everything is completely symmetrical, very lefty friendly, so for folks out there who are left-handed or if you'd like to carry a pair of knives, this is a great design.
Good deal. All right, what else we got, Mike?
Next one up here, this is, again, a long-standing Spyderco design called the de Lara 4, but this one has a new blade pattern on it. This is what's called a Wharncliffe blade. So a Wharncliffe is a completely straight cutting edge, and the spine of the blade tapers down to meet that cutting edge. Full flat grind on this, VG10 stainless steel, and what it gives you is a tried and tested Spyderco design, but with an even higher performance blade. One of the advantages of the Wharncliffe blade is when you go to cut with it, it's always going to apply increasing cutting power all the way to the tip. So unlike a blade that has belly to it, where that curve of the belly can run parallel to the motion of your arm, this always cuts with full power. So when you think of a box cutter, when you think of an X-Acto knife, something that cuts with lots of power right at the tip, basically gives you that same function, but with all the features and advantages of the de Lara 4.
I love that.
And one more I'd like to share with you, this is called the Efficient. So the Efficient actually started off as a custom knife design from one of our collaborators, custom knife maker Ed Schemp. Very talented designer. He designed one made out of Damascus steel called the Feather, and we liked the design so much, we didn't want to make it just a collector's design, we wanted to make it, truly something that was affordable for everybody. So as an entry-level knife, this one has a lot going for it. Very affordable. This one is HCR 13 MOV stainless steel, full flat grind. Stainless steel liners, and this one has a liner lock mechanism, so you can see the lock mechanism here. And this is a reversible clip, tip-up carry left or right side. Full stainless steel back spacer, just really nice fit and finish, but at a very affordable price.
I agree. All right, that's cool. That is very, very cool, guys. I appreciate you showing me this. Well, I have a question for you.
All right.
How did you come about putting my initials on this knife?
We knew you were coming.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it was. So, we planned ahead. No, CTS BD1 is a Carpenter stainless steel. Just happens to have some very distinguished initials that you share.
Yeah.
But that particular blade steel is one that we actually worked with Carpenter to help develop. And it comes very close to one of our original steels used on our very first knives almost 40 years ago.
Right.
The steel composition. But it just happens to have a BD in it as well.
That's good.
And the fact that you could take pride in that, we take pride in it, I think that's a good deal.
Well, you have a great product, and I do take pride in it. And I appreciate you taking the time with us today here at SHOT Show 2017.
Well, thank you for your interest. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.